Well, ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. Folks, we are talking Voyager token today. Voyager token is banging, but before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Color Cody at Color Cody Art. Check him out. He looks like an NFT artist. Big shout out to him for putting us on the pulse of this full-bodied Voyager chart that dates back to 2018. So this is great to see, and I do think that Voyager token is setting up quite nicely for a huge run. The only thing is that if you use this chart, be careful after the August 20th date. You can see how down here where the dates change as I'm moving the cursor, you can see it kind of skips some dates. It goes from August 16th to August 18th, August 19th to August 20th. Let's see here, August 22nd to August 24th. So here's another example, September 30th to October 4th. So you can kind of see how anything after August 20th seems to kind of have some hiccups in it, but no big deal because everything before August 20th seems to be spot on. And it is huge to have this data in our hands. So again, big shout out to Color Cody for this. Now back to the news. We know that Steve at Voyager and the company partnered with Mark Cuban and the Mavericks. This is huge. Texas is a huge crypto-friendly state. Mark Cuban is a proponent and outspoken supporter of the crypto movement, and he holds crypto. So with that said, this is like a match made in heaven for any exchange. And to be honest with you, it's kind of hard to believe that Robinhood or one of those Coinbase did not think of this first. So a big shout out to Voyager and all the VGX heroes. You guys have waited long enough. So going back to the charts, we'll look at this full-bodied one in a second. But we had this chart at our disposal, since August 20th. Last video I put out, I was kind of speculating how we've got the descending triangle, and this was very evident. And now it appears that we are starting to break through this multi-month descending triangle. Now, the only reason I'm not going to use this chart here is because of the anomalies within these candles after August 20th. Here we have solid data, but we will be using this chart in just a second. So with that said, in the last video, I was also kind of mentioning how we need to pass through this weak spot in the Ichimoku cloud and really set up a bullish pattern on the daily chart. And this will allow Voyager token to skyrocket. One other thing I'd like to point out on the daily chart, we have the red conversion line trending towards the blue baseline in the Ichimoku cloud trading. This is very bullish, and when we see this happen, price reacts pretty dramatically to the upside when we are coming up from the downside. And I'll kind of show you guys an example of this on the older chart. So if you kind of think about it, we are somewhere right in here. Now you can see where this conversion line arcs, right here, up towards this blue line, which is the baseline, and you can just see how the price moves upward every time this happens. So I'm hoping that we see a nice takeoff from this base that we seem to have formed on this daily chart. And I do think that we are seeing some nice bullish engulfing currently. Still 9 hours left on this chart, but looks like Voyager token is trading at about $2.65, which yesterday it was down to like $1.85-ish. So congrats to all the VGX holders. I'm hoping that this trend continues. And on the 12-hour chart, we can see how price is really working on the bottom of this cloud. Once we get through this and print a new candle above this cloud, that'll make me sleep a little bit easier at night when it comes to price action. RSI is only at 59 right now on the 12-hour chart. That's huge because we can still run this up in a big way to keep price action above these Ichimoku clouds. Let's get back to this full body chart here. And one thing I want to just go ahead and do is throw up a little horizontal line here at about this $1.50 region. And right now we are still seeing these lows continue to get higher. Whether or not you like it, this could be setting up for a nice ascending triangle to the upside. So we really could see prices, in my opinion, come right up, back up to the $7.50 level if we can stick within this trend line that has formed since the bull run started, really in April of 2020 for Voyager token. So we are at a very pivotal point right now where price action definitely needs to be on its A game, and we need to squeeze to the upside. And if you look at this, and I'm not sure how accurate this data is, but we can definitely see the symmetrical triangle squeeze that is occurring here. And again, this data here is kind of sketchy since it's skipping days for candles. So I'm not sure what's up with that. It could just be that the dates are wrong at the bottom here, and that we do have the correct candles. I don't know. So that's why we were looking at this chart here for now. So with that said, I do think that, again, on this daily chart, if we can get this red conversion line to cross this baseline, we will see price action, possibly golden cross this 250 all the way up to about the $7.15 to $7.50 level. And really, I think at this point, if Voyager can go out and do one of these moves, I mean, we are going to see a move to the upside that is so crazy, it's not even going to be funny. So I do think that all of this will happen sometime, by January for sure. Usually we don't see an ascending triangle really kind of leave the triangle, the price action leave the triangle right at the tip. Usually it's like somewhere right in here. So with that said, I'd say by the end of November, early December, we could revisit some of these price tags. Of course, everything's subject to change depending on what Bitcoin does and all of that. So let's just take a quick peek at Bitcoin. I haven't looked at it yet today. There it is. So Bitcoin right now is definitely back in this rising wedge pattern, and we can see that it is really fighting this upper trend line. Consequently, we might even be seeing somewhat of a falling wedge forming, quite possibly. Maybe this is just a channel, but if Bitcoin does stumble and come on down to this $57,000 level, we might get a nice bounce out of that to the upside if we do not pass go here at about 61,500. So obviously everybody wants Bitcoin to go up, and here we are right now at this pivotal moment for Bitcoin. So that is kind of where the market is at. If you're wondering why this price action really tumbled here, it was simply because there was a rising wedge that formed. So we had that hit the charts, and that was it for Bitcoin temporarily. The good thing is that this is a small rising wedge, so this really could be the start of Elliott wave theory to the upside if we go higher. So that is where we sit with Bitcoin and Voyager token, in my opinion, not financial or trading advice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The easiest way to contribute to the channel is by smashing the like button. Feel free to subscribe. In addition, go give Color Cody some love here and buy some of his work. But with that said, we'll catch you guys on the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Big shout out to all the Patreons as well. If you want to become a Patreon, it's $3 a month. Get your name, YouTube channel name, business name up on this banner.